Welcome to freehighschooleducation.com. Today we are going to start with the algebra course, and the book is called Algebra1, and we are going to start with chapter 1.1, Algebraic expressions. We are going to go in the first few chapters slowly, and then we will go on a faster pace. First, this chapter introduces algebra, which is a science that studies the unknown quantities, and usually it deals with solving word problems. We represent an unknown quantity with a letter x, y, z, a, b, whatever is convenient for us. And the first thing that we have to learn in this chapter is how to translate English into algebra or math. This book gives you on page 2 a table where you have the algebraic expressions, the English expressions, and they replace the value of the unknown in the last column. In this lesson, we will concentrate only on translating English into math. For example, my unknown may be any item that I can assign a number to. For example, the age of a person, grade of an exam, a score in a game. In this case, we are going to choose the price of a book. And we will see how we say certain statements in English and how we translate them into math. So if I have an unknown, which is the price of the book, then I represent this quantity by x, since it is unknown. Let's take a real life example. And here, for example, I know that a certain bookseller on the internet will charge me $10 for the delivery, so I will put x plus 10 as my total bill. At this point, I do not know x, so this unknown obviously will remain unknown till I find a way of finding the price of the book. If the price of the book is 30, then I simply add 10 to it, and that will give me 40, and this is how much I'm going to pay. If the price of the book is 50, and I add to it 10, that will be 60. Now we can see that this x represents many values. It can take any value, and it is a convenient way of representing my bill if I'm going to buy from that seller, because I simply have to add 10 to the price of the book. Our mind actually works in this way. If you tell someone that you are going to pay $10 for delivery, and the price of the book is 30, automatically he will calculate in his mind the total and will add 10 to the 30 and will come with a price, a total of 40. Similarly, if you tell him that you are going to buy another book and you're going to pay 50 for the book, in his mind he will add the 10 and he will know that the total is 60. So actually we think in this term anyway. And so now, since the price of the book is unknown to us at this point, then when we are doing certain word problems and we are looking for a certain number, we are now going to translate what that word exercise or word problem tells us into math first, and then we will do some calculations on these algebraic expressions. In this case, the English statement for this may be 10 plus the price of the book, 10 more than the price of the book. The price of the book increased by 10. The sum of the price of the book and 10. All these expressions will be translated to the same thing. Notice that I can change the item, for example, the sequence of the items. I can say 10 plus the price of the book, or I can say the sum of 10 and the price of the book. In this case, it does not matter, because in addition, 5 plus 2 is the same as 2 plus 5. However, when we come to subtraction or minusing, that will be a little bit different. Here, in English, I will say the price of the book decreased by 10. 10 less than the price of the book, the difference between the price of the book and 10. However, some students will write these statements or translate them into math as such. This is wrong. 5 minus 2 is not the same as 2 minus 5. So we have to pay attention to the words of the problem. This, we will say, the price of the book less than 10. The difference between 10 and the price of the book. 10 decreased by the price of the book. So this statement is completely different than this statement. Now we come to multiplication. In multiplication, for example, we have 5 times x. And here, if I am ordering 5 copies of the book, then I multiply 5 times x. And in algebra, we remove the x sign, the multiplication sign, from between the two, from between the number and the variable. So we put it as such. I do not need to write this. So 5x means 5 times the price of the book multiplied by 5, or the product of the price of the book and times 5. In case we are dividing, we have the same problem as with minusing. We have two situations. One here, the price of the book divided by 5, or the quotient of the price of the book and 5. In this case, we say the quotient of 5 and the price of the book, or 5 divided by the price of the book. So we have to pay attention in division to the words of the problem. This will end our first part of this lesson, and in the second part we will finish lesson 1.1.